According to data from Tufts University, nearly 65% of North Carolina youth voters ages 18 to 29 already voted in the 2020 election. Brian Ray tells us how youth voter turnout can influence the election in a swing state.
This is how we speak up for ourselves, it's how we advocate for ourselves, it's how we hold our elected officials accountable, and it's a privilege.
Kate Padell is on a mission to get her fellow college students to vote. She's part of Elon Votes, a nonpartisan group to help students navigate the voting process.
It's hard as a college student to get out of the college bubble and see, especially in local elections, what the effective voting has. So I think a lot of people just don't care.
To put this into perspective, if this was the population of Elon University students, according to the National Study of Learning, Voting, and Engagement, in 2016, this many were eligible to vote, and this many actually voted. But this election cycle, Padell says things are already looking different.
Seen a huge uptick in voter registrations, for sure. Changing registration to North Carolina, that was our most asked question this year.
Maryland native Tommy Truitt is one of those students.
Maryland tends to go pretty solidly blue every year, so I knew that North Carolina was a more important state to cast my vote in, like my vote would count more here.
Director of the Elon poll, Jason Husser, says it was the youth vote that pushed President Obama to win North Carolina in 2008. But young voters also have a large say locally.
If Elon students decided that they wanted to back a particular candidate for town aldermans, for instance, in the town of Elon, they could pretty much pick who won.
Husser says youth voters tend to vote in waves when elections seem competitive and high stakes.
Students realize that either person could win, their vote matters, the selection is very much up for grabs by either candidate, and the stakes are very high.
Truitt says it's important young people vote to get their voices heard.
I think it is also a very just important way to show that as the American people, like who we want representing our country and things like that.
Brian Ray, Elon Local News.
Podell says nearly 32% of Elon students registered for the first time here in North Carolina using Elon Votes. She says they expect to have full data of student voter turnout in March 2021.